Alright guys, welcome back to the 70 Sin Origin video. So in literally 24-ish hours from when this video goes live, we are going to be getting Summer Game Fest on June 6th, which is going to be showcasing not only a bunch of new games, but of course the reason why we're here is for 70 Sin's Origin. This is well long overdue, especially considering only a few weeks ago that they did say they're going to release a new trailer and end up re-releasing the one we've already seen. And not only that, that trailer we got for the start of the year, which we normally get one every single year, didn't really show too much stuff in comparison towards the last 2 years of trailers. In fact, most of the stuff they shown was more or less towards OC characters, even them ending a trailer with a random fairy we have no connection to over someone like Escanor or any other hype character we've yet seen come to the game. So this video is going to serve as a little reminder that yes, make sure to watch Summer Game Fest, or if not, come back towards this channel for not only a reaction, but also a breakdown of all the little cool Easter eggs we may see during the trailer. So definitely do subscribe. Alright, so remember, these trailers might be very, very short. Might not be the longest one, but you got to imagine once again that they're going to show something pretty big and not spend too much time on OC characters. Not to say that OCs won't be important towards the game, they definitely will, but this trailer will serve as an introduction towards the game for many people, and a lot of people know about 70 Sins. So showcasing things from 70 Sins is definitely a little bit more important. So let's start up with the thing that we have to talk about first, and that is a release date. Am I expecting one? I was until they announced they're doing a beta. Because of the beta, I imagine we're not going to get a release date shown at this trailer. If you're wondering about the release date of when it's planned, they did post an official report recently that did say that they're planning to release the game around late 2025. Maybe they're saving the release date for when they show the Origin trailer, but that you got to imagine is going to be around October, September time. I doubt it's going to push November, December. August, September, October are like my three bets. And since they did announce that they're doing a beta, you can kind of expect a beta either July or August to then roll in towards the actual game fully releasing around a month or two after the beta. So because they're planning a beta, the game likely probably isn't ready. I know some games kind of use a beta to get early access just to play the game early, where I think for this situation, Netmarble will probably definitely rather use it for actual information. Very much like how Idle, for example, released very early on before the official release, and they improved the game drastically before it officially came out towards global. So yeah, I'm not really expecting a release date. We might get, what I do imagine is the official site, which you can see on screen now. They have a roadmap, which I imagine will get updated. At least the site as well will also get updated after the trailer, showcasing things that we may have not already seen, or once again, that probably likely appeared in towards the actual trailer. The next two big things we definitely have to see is Diane and Escanor. These two characters have not yet been shown. While yes, we have seen them, technically speaking, through like some advertisements, like for example this screenshot here. This was a poster I believe done for like the game developer conference, and you're able to see Escanor and obviously Diane, but we've not yet seen him in game. In fact, if you lot hadn't seen the recent news, they actually dropped a trailer on Steam, which was basically the old trailer we had, but with a little bit addition of Diane in there. So I'm expecting to see this scene too in this newest trailer to showcase Diane. Well, yes, we're probably not going to see actual gameplay. If we're able to see giant Diane roam around the world, that'll be absolutely crazy. And I think will be a good selling point too, because that's one thing this game has over a lot of other games, with the fact that we do have giants roaming around the world in your giant form would be very, very cool, and that would definitely separate them a little bit towards the competitors like Genshin. I mean, guys, look, I have to say it, Escanor, he has to show up, right? They've teased us already the last 2 years with the Escanor axe flying down. They know we want to see Escanor. I'm not expecting to see hands-on Escanor gameplay, because I'm still under the pressure right now. Escanor probably likely won't even be on the base game, and instead be one of the first few banners to come to the game as like a big celebration. But going back towards what I said earlier, a lot of people know about 70 Sins, and a lot of people know about Escanor. Showing Escanor at the end of the trailer, with him just laughing, just doing something in the game, even if it's a random cutscene, very similar to the cutscene we saw early on, where you do get to see Estarossa versus Escanor, would be very hype, and once again, a good way to promote the game. The next thing we need to see is the story mode. Now, we've kind of pieced together what the story mode is about. I'm not going to explain it, but all you need to know is that the timelines, because this does take place between 70 Sins and also before Four Knights Apocalypse. Not to spoil anything, but certain characters are not alive. So to get them in towards this game, the way they're doing it, they are doing like a multiverse saga where characters from different timelines, future and present, so things that could appear in the manga, are now starting to appear in this world to tell a new, different story. But one thing that is confirmed, especially over the past few weeks, is that the main villain-ish of this game looks like to be Chaos, which right now Chaos doesn't have a form All we know, it probably will in the future, but that'll be towards the actual manga and the whole story of Fortnite Apocalypse rather than the story of Origin. So the only thing we have to go off right now is that the main villain will most likely be Fortnite's Arthur or just Chaos Arthur. So I definitely want to see him pull up in the story at one point. And then that kind of leads into my next point, and that's just Fortnite Apocalypse. If you don't know and you somehow just stumbled upon this video, or at least my past few Origin videos, but there is a sequel called Fortnite Apocalypse, which takes place like 16 years after the original series of 780 Sins, and I really, really like it. It's a big part of the story mode, and we are yet to see that much stuff. Fortnite Apocalypse will be making an appearance in this game because he have shown Parsifal and Sin, but this was during the concept trailer, so you can't really take this one as a guaranteed. We have seen Demon Gila, or at least Fortnite's Gila, fight a little bit during one of the last trailers. That's kind of all we've seen. So I'd like to see some more Fortnite stuff. Maybe it's just towards Chaos Arthur. But if we can see some actual action from the Four Knights, that would be very, very cool. I know we're asking for a lot here, but I definitely want to see some actual gameplay. The last few trailers we've gotten have been more or less cinematic stuff to showcase all the high cool moments of the game. But I do hope they do a quick little 10 seconds even of just the actual gameplay of the game, because the game should at this point be ready. The last time we saw gameplay was over 2 years ago during one of the little demos he did, and the game, even from when it first got revealed, changed so much since the actual demo. So how much is the game going to change now when it's been around a year and a half, maybe even 2 years now from when you first showed that demo? Has the UI changed? Is there any new mechanics we can see? Have characters now got 3 abilities rather than 2? Only a handful of characters had 2 abilities, so there's definitely a lot of stuff I want to see and break down and to try and digest about how the actual gameplay is going to look in terms of combat, and just to get a more better experience towards the game. So yeah, guys, that is probably likely going to wrapping up today's video. Once again, just a quick reminder that yes, obviously on the 6th of June tomorrow, Summer Game Fest will be showing a new trailer, and also the day later on the 7th of June at the Future Game Show, we're going to get even more Series of Origin content. So maybe don't have too much expectations for the first trailer. The first trailer might just show all the cool stuff, just some cool cinematics, maybe Escanor, maybe Diane, maybe Chaos Arthur, some cool boss fights. We might not get too much gameplay, but then the day later on the 7th, as of the Future Game Show, that is where they might show some hands-on gameplay, pretty much as the name suggests, showcase the game even more, and then that could serve as like our updated gameplay section. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you want to see and what you expect from this trailer. I didn't mention it, but commandments, I think it will be a big one, right? They haven't shown any commandments other than Galand in the concept trailer, which he was a boss. So I'd love to see Derriere or any other characters. Maybe, I don't know, because Derriere is probably not going to be on the base game, right? But it can be in story mode and still not be playable. So we have to wait and see. So guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.